I'm Zach Crane, and I'm here today to talk to you about a very serious issue that affects 1 in 5 students in the American school system. Now, the first thing that we must do is identify what the goal of the educational system is. And the goal of any good schooling system should be to empower students to find their own individual and personalized pathways toward success. And now obviously each student comes in with a certain barrier or level of baggage that is going to hinder them from finding this pathway. Many of these things cannot be controlled by the schooling system. These things include personality, innate mental abilities, and family background. However, there are other things that the schooling system can and should work proactively with students with in order to ensure that they do find this pathway. Chief among these is mental illness. Now, many students have mood disorders such as bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, and depression, which hinder their ability to an extreme level to learn in a classroom. Students with these disorders are much more likely to drop out of high school and to struggle academically and socially than are students who do not deal with these issues. And I can personally attest to this fact, seeing as how I've been diagnosed with both depression and generalized anxiety disorder and have dealt with these throughout my schooling life. I can say that there have been many days and many weeks and even months where I've had an extremely difficult time focusing on the task at hand while I was in school. This is not because I was being lazy, or because I wasn't trying hard enough, or because there was something wrong with me. It was because I had a mental illness that was holding me back from focusing and learning the way that I should be able to. Mental patterns within my head and within heads of children who suffer from these issues can cause an extreme reaction that makes it nearly impossible for them to focus for 8 hours while sitting in a classroom. Now, what is the solution to this, you may ask? The biggest key is early identification. And if students, teachers, counselors, and the students' parents in elementary and middle schools would work together proactively to identify symptoms and to come together with a plan in order to deal with these symptoms to ensure that the students have success within the classroom going forward in their schooling life, then many of these issues that I identified earlier would be eliminated. Now, the solutions to this may vary from child to child, and they may include medication, counseling, or separate testing environments. But whatever is necessary for these children to find their own pathway to success must be done. And I leave you here today with a question. Are we, as Americans, going to come together and allow students with these mental disorders to find their pathway to success and their American dream? Or are we going to continue to isolate them and say that they have issues and problems? I say that it is the duty of the school system and of all of us to come together with a united voice and say that we are going to empower these students and that we are going to give them a chance to succeed. Thank you.